Basilray again. Welcome back to my Vermillion River juice review / contest giveaway. So we've moved on from the tobaccos, which we looked at in video 1, and now we're going to look at some fruit flavors. The first being Florida Citrus Explosion from Vermillion River eJuice. Again, all of these juices are a PG/VG blend, and they are 20 milligram nicotine strength. Before we go any further, I have to give you hint number 4. Hint number 4, UFC middleweight Anderson Silva first won his title belt at which numbered UFC event? Again, that's hint number 4. So, we have the silver bullet back here, 18650 with a Cisco 2-ohm 901, and we also have the 5-volt tech mod with a 3-ohm 510 SLB. So, let's go low resistance first. Let's take a look here at the Florida Citrus Explosion. And this actually produces the best vapor that we've covered thus far. So it's better than the tobaccos. The vapor here is a definite 4.5. It's just much thicker, and it's much more plentiful than the others. So in terms of that, very nice. Let's check it at 5 volts. It actually doesn't hold up quite as well at 5 volts, but still does put out pretty nice vapor, so about a 4.25, 4.5 there on the vapor. Let's talk about the flavor. So I get some orange, a little bit of, almost seems like pineapple, and there might even be a touch of peach in there, but overall it is a citrusy flavor, not as strong as the tobacco flavors, which are, kind of right there where I like them. They're not overpowering, too in your face, and they're not underpowered. This is a little bit more on the underpowered side. Not a bad flavor, not something I would probably pick up and vape with any regularity. I like a cleaner orange flavor from my orange vapes, so it's not terrible by any means, just for me, not quite in my personal range of preference. Let's try it at 5 volts. Yeah, and it holds up fairly well at 5 volts. Again, this isn't as strong as the tobaccos in terms of the flavor, and for me, it's just not the kind of orange flavor that I kind of look for or I crave in a vape. There's nothing wrong with it. If you like more of a sweeter orange, less of a fresh kind of orange flavor, then you'll probably enjoy this. Just for my taste preferences, not really where I like it. Let's talk about throat hit. Just like the tobaccos, there is just a little note of throat hit there, but not a whole lot. Let's try it at 5 volts. And again, we're looking at about the same. So, overall, produces really nice vapor. The taste is okay. Just, again, not in my wheelhouse of flavor preference, and it does give you just a little bit of a throat hit. Again, this is the Florida Citrus Explosion from Vermillion River eJuice. So, now we are going to take a look at Blueberry from Vermillion River eJuice. This is just straight blueberry flavor. Again, same PG/VG blend, same milligram nicotine strength. So this time we have a Cisco 1.5 ohm 510 and a 3 ohm SLB on the tech mod. We'll go low resistance first. Vape's pretty nice. Vape's a lot more like the pineapple than it does like the tobaccos. And again, real nice vapor, right in there, about a 4.5. Really good for a PG/VG blend. Let's talk about the flavor here a bit. So just a couple drips back in the silver bullet here. And it's definitely a blueberry. This one is a little bit more on the subtle side, but it's definitely a very good blueberry flavor. Of the fruits, this is probably my favorite one. I really do like this. I haven't vaped a ton of blueberries, but I could see myself reaching for this. It does hit a very satisfying note in my palate, so really do enjoy this. Let's check it out at 5 volts. Again, vapes really well. And the flavor, it is a bit more subdued even at 5 volts, but it is still a good, fresh blueberry flavor. So for that, I really do enjoy it. Like I said, this is probably my favorite of the 4 fruits we're going to look at. So next up is Hawaiian Pineapple. It is exactly what it says it is. It's a pineapple flavor. Let's check it out. So this time we changed over to a 2 ohm Cisco 306 atomizer on the Silver Bullet. We still have a 3 ohm SLB 510 here. First, lower resistance. Vapes pretty well. Not quite as good as the blueberry. Not quite as good as the Florida citrus, but it's real close. So kind of a lower 4, like a 4 to 4 1/4. Really pretty good vapor production. Let's look at 5. And right in there with that, it's just not as dense as the others. So let's talk about the flavor. It's unmistakably pineapple. Let's hit it up. It's really probably one of the stronger of these 4 fruit flavors from Vermillion River eJuice. The flavor is good. I do like it. It's more of a sweet pineapple, less of a real fresh, crisp, almost a little bit more tart pineapple. So in that respect, it is pretty good. It's exactly what it says it's going to be. It's pineapple, and it tastes good. I'm not a huge pineapple fan, so this probably wouldn't be one I would personally buy. But if you really like pineapple, this is a really solid pineapple juice. Lastly, let's look at throat hit. Noticeably more throat hit than any of the other Vermillion River juices we've checked out thus far. So that I do enjoy. Works pretty well. Let's go to 5. Yep, definitely more. Not a crazy throat hit, not quite middle of the road, but noticeably more than the tobaccos and the other fruits we've looked at so far. Also, hint number 5, nothing. Again, hint number 5. So, last stop here in the Vermillion River eJuice line of sampler bottles that I got is Georgia Peach. So, Georgia Peach, we've moved to a 510 2 ohm Cisco low resistance atomizer here. 3 ohm SLB on the tech. Vapes pretty well. The 510 2 ohm with an 18650 isn't going to put out tons of vapor, but it still vapes alright. Let's check it at 5. And at 5 volts, vapes very well. High 4s, like a 4.5. So vapor production is pretty good. This 2 ohm 510 Cisco atomizer in general just isn't going to put out tons of vapor because of the higher resistance in the 510 format. So let's talk about flavor. Go back to 510. Again, it's a nice sweet peach flavor. I say sweet because it is very sweet, so it's a peach that's definitely done some ripening. I do really like it. I'm not a huge peach fan, but this is a peach juice that I could get behind. Let's check it at 5 volts. Flavor really pops out well for me at 5 volts with this 3 ohm SLB atomizer. Again, it is that nice, sweet, fresh peach. So if you're craving that sweet, fresh peach, almost more of a peach like you'd expect to find in a peach cobbler, then this is going to be right up your alley. So the peach, very good flavor-wise, produces pretty good vapor. Let's talk about that throat hit. Let me just drop in a drip or two here on the 510. Not a whole lot of throat hit, next to none. Let's go to 5. Yeah, and this probably produces the lowest throat hit of any of these 7 Vermillion River eJuices we've tried. For a nice sweet kind of summer afternoon peach, almost more like a peach juice flavor or a peach cobbler peach, it works really well. This isn't the kind of juice where I think throat hit would do it any justice. I think it would kind of detract from the overall experience. So, the last thing we have to do, let me grab up my handy HTC Evo Android here, and let's get this last trivia hint out. The last one, number 6. This denomination of U.S. currency was first issued in 1861. So again, that's hint 6. If you missed the hints, you're going to have to go back and review the videos, check out the flavors, check out the juices. So again, if you put all 6 of these hints together, that's going to lead you to a contest victory and to a 7-flavor, 21 ml total juice package